We lit.
Really?
You stupid.
Are you lying?
I'm here. For those who talking about where's Kandi, I'm right here.
Candy's here.
I'm here too.
Fatuna's here too. Kids is here. Everybody here. Where y'all? Where are y'all at? Huh?
It's Saturday.
Oh, I was trying to figure out.
Oh yeah, I was wondering what that was too. Let me turn it. What they saying?
Stop. Don't blink. Because what you're about to witness is not a whisper, not a headline, not reality TV chatter, but the uncontrolled, nerve-rattling, and censored reality Todd Tucker unleashed live, and it is ripping the web apart right now. For years, viewers believed the Kandi, Todd love story was untouchable. A duo in sync. A house full of promise. A dynasty sealed with money, devotion, and spotlight. But tonight, at 3:17 a.m., Todd detonated that dream with a single tap. He pressed start stream, and instantly the screen caught fire. 5,000 watching, 10,000, 50,000. Within 2 minutes, the entire Bravo world was staring at a man who had nothing left to hold inside. The same man everyone labeled soft, steady, loyal. Tonight, that mask was gone. His eyes were puffy from unshed pain. His fingers wouldn't settle. His chest rose like a storm. And then he muttered the sentence that flipped everything upside down. Kandi never belonged to me. She was tied to someone else from the start. The stream stalled. The world went silent for a heartbeat. And then the name that followed. Smashed through every feed, every forum, every inbox. Fatum. Yes, that Fatum. The one fans laughed about. The one editors avoided. The one dismissed as background noise. Todd didn't flinch. Didn't cushion it. Didn't disguise it. He laid it bare. Before we ever said I do. While we were married. Her hours, her soul, her focus. Every piece belonged to Fatum, not me. The chat imploded instantly. Crying icons. Shattered symbols. Stunned replies. Because this wasn't entertainment. It was exposure. A breakdown. A husband tearing open the truth. And ripping the veil off a relationship that had already flatlined long before lawyers ever touched paper. Todd Tucker wasn't supposed to be awake at 3 a.m. He wasn't supposed to be sitting in a dimly lit room, staring into his phone camera with red eyes and trembling hands. But that night, everything he had buried, every wound, every humiliation, every moment he swallowed his pride, forced its way to the surface. And the world watched it happen in real time. The live began without a warning. No promo. No countdown. Just a sudden flash of Todd's tired face and a breath so heavy it silenced thousands. Within seconds, viewers multiplied. From hundreds to thousands to a digital stampede of Bravo fans flooding into the live stream like a crash site they couldn't look away from. Todd didn't wave. He didn't smile. He didn't put on a brave face. He simply said, "This marriage ended long before the papers were signed." And the room went still. He leaned forward, elbows trembling, voice raw like he had been screaming into a pillow for hours. I didn't lose my wife. I lost myself first. The feed went dead silent. He kept going. You all think Kandi and I fell apart because of busy lives, petty fights, or dollars and deals. No, that's the version she needed you to believe. What really happened is worse. It's heavier. And it's something I pretended not to see until it finally crushed me. He forced the words past the knot in his chest, and then it happened. The sentence that set the internet on fire. Kandi was never truly mine. Her heart lived somewhere else, and it always had. He didn't look away. He didn't waver. He spoke the name. Fatum. The comments burst like sparks in a sealed room. Are you serious? Todd, what are you doing? This is impossible. But Todd stayed unmoved. Before we ever said I do. While we were still pretending. In every argument, every distance, every night that went quiet. I wasn't her safe place. She was. He shut his eyes, holding back the flood. I told myself it was innocent. I told myself I was paranoid. I kept tearing into my own worth. But the reality was right in front of me, and I refused to touch it. His comment section turned vicious. Fans demanded answers. Some accused him of lying. Most sat in disbelief. Todd pushed on, voice splintering like a man unloading a secret too heavy to survive with. I spent years standing behind Kandi instead of beside her. Do you understand the shame of feeling like a visitor in your own home? He dropped his gaze, then lifted it with sudden fire. I wasn't her equal. I wasn't her man. I wasn't even valued. I was a prop she wore for appearances. He dragged his hand across his face. Mama Joyce, she tried to warn me. She said I would never measure up, never matter. And I thought she despised me. But maybe she just noticed what I refused to see. His voice shook, but he pressed forward. Every choice, hers. Every command, hers. Every limit, hers. And whenever I asked for room, for purpose, for freedom, he released a low, breaking laugh. She labeled it treason. The feed blew up again. Todd moved closer to the screen. Want to know what shattered me completely? A stretched, suffocating beat. Kayla, my little girl. Viewers stopped breathing. She never truly welcomed her. Not once. She made her feel like she didn't belong, like she was passing through. He slowly shook his head. A man can survive losing his dignity, but not losing his child. A heavy quiet swallowed the stream. Then Todd went on. And the children we share? They don't carry my last name. They don't hold my legacy. Everything was hers. His voice fractured. The marriage wasn't a partnership. It was a hierarchy. She was the empire. And I was the worker who signed a prenup strong enough to bury me. Another pause, heavier than the last. Do you know what it's like, he whispered, to sleep next to someone who doesn't love you, but won't let you leave? He stared into the screen as if looking into every viewer's living room. Intimacy died years ago. Touch disappeared. Affection vanished. We were two strangers breathing under the same roof. He exhaled shakily. You want the truth? Another bomb dropped. She stopped looking at me because she was looking somewhere else. Silence. Fandom chaos. I was living with a woman whose world revolved around Fatum, not me. Her texts, her calls, her nights out. Everything pointed to the same place, but I convinced myself it was paranoia. Todd's eyes glistened. I ruined myself trying to protect her image. I drowned in it. I lost who I was. And when she filed for divorce, I didn't feel abandoned. I felt relieved. He sat back, letting out a trembling breath. Do you understand how broken a man has to be to feel freedom in the moment his marriage ends? He wiped his eyes again. Rumors didn't destroy us. Money didn't destroy us. Not even Mama Joyce's hate destroyed us. His voice hardened. Control. Secrets. Power. Lies. And a bond she couldn't hide anymore. Those are the things that killed this marriage. He leaned into the camera one final time. Kandi filed the divorce. But the truth is, I died long before she walked into that courtroom. The live stream ended. No outro. No goodbye. Just a silent screen and millions of viewers staring at the ghost of a man who finally spoke. And the internet still hasn't recovered. The live ended, but the echo did not. Screens froze on Todd's final line. Phones slipped out of hands. Group chats lit up like emergency alarms. Within minutes, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, TikTok, every platform turned into a digital crime scene. Clips of Todd's trembling voice were being sliced, slowed, replayed, captioned, and stitched with old scenes people thought they understood. Until now. Someone uploaded a 30-second edit titled, "Watch Kandi's face every time Fatum walks in the room." That clip alone pulled in hundreds of thousands of views in an hour. The comments were brutal. Todd wasn't lying. Look at her eyes. The way she lights up for Fatum but looks bored with Todd? Damn. This just changed the entire show for me. Every tiny moment fans once dismissed as reality TV editing suddenly felt like evidence. A hand on an arm that lasted 1 second too long. A hug that looked a little too comfortable. A laugh shared in the corner while Todd sat at the edge of the couch, scrolling through his phone ignored. Editors had turned those moments into background noise. Now, viewers were dragging them to the center and circling them in red. In private DMs, alleged insiders started sliding into pages that thrive on chaos. This isn't new. People on set knew the energy was off. Todd has been checked out for a long time. One anonymous tip claimed that there had been a night after filming when Todd left the restaurant alone, while Kandi and Fatum stayed behind with their heads close together in the corner booth. No proof. No timestamp. Just a message, a claim, and a fandom hungry enough to believe it. Another DM said, he didn't lie about Kayla. The way things were divided in that house was real. There was always a line you could feel. The internet did what it always does. It turned whispers into trending topics. Hashtags began stacking like headlines. Hashtag Todd Tucker live. Hashtag Kandi exposed. Hashtag Fatum theory. Hashtag Kayla deserved better. One fan page uploaded a compilation titled, "Signs Kandi didn't respect Todd, we ignored it." Older clips resurfaced from past reunions, arguments, confessionals. Moments where Kandi cut him off mid-sentence, rolled her eyes, or laughed at his dreams on camera. Scenes where Todd brought up boundaries and was drowned out by jokes. At the time, viewers laughed with the cast. Now, those same viewers typed comments with shaking hands. This isn't funny anymore. He was begging for help in front of us, and we clapped. We watched a man slowly break down on national TV. Meanwhile, vlogs blasted out emergency thumbnails. Todd Tucker breaks, claims Kandi's heart belonged to Fatum. Kayla never accepted? Todd's heartbreaking confession goes viral. Was the marriage ever real? Every channel tried to decode his words, line by line. One panel show replayed his statement about the children's last names. They don't carry my identity. Everything is hers. The hosts went silent for a moment. Even the loudest voices paused before speaking. You can hear the wound in that line, one commentator said. That's not just about a name. That's about a man who felt erased. Another chimed in. If you remove a father's place, but keep his responsibilities, what do you think that does to him over time? The clip spread everywhere. Men in the comments, who usually stay quiet during Bravo debates, finally stepped in, saying, "For once, I feel him. This is what it looks like when a man hits emotional rock bottom." On the other side of the internet, Kandi's supporters tried to push back. We don't know her side. This could be edited, emotional, exaggerated. Todd waited until after the divorce. That says something too. But the problem was simple. Kandi was silent. Too silent. No tweets. No posts. No cryptic song lyrics. No studio selfie with a caption like, "Unbothered." Just nothing. And in the social media era, silence doesn't feel wise. Silence feels like confirmation. Then came the deeper cuts. A long thread went viral that broke down the alleged power dynamic. Look at the pattern, the user wrote. Kandi makes the money. Kandi makes the rules. Kandi decides the storyline. Todd is an add-on. A piece of background furniture the show pans to when she needs support or conflict. They posted side-by-side screenshots. Kandi smiling with co-stars, and Todd in the background, eyes dim, half present. Another thread zeroed in on his line. "I wasn't her partner. I was an accessory she carried around for image." People stitched that line with clips of red carpets, events, family photos. "He literally looks like a +1 at his own life," one caption read. Meanwhile, Fatum's name spread like wildfire. Her old appearances were dissected frame by frame. Every time she hugged Kandi, every time she sat close, every time they exchanged a look that producers left unexplained. What once passed as messy friend energy now felt like something sharper. A late-night fan's face opened on Twitter. Thousands tuned in. Some fans defended Kandi and Fatum fiercely. Others demanded answers. Most were just stunned. One caller's voice shook as they spoke. "I don't even care if it's romantic or not. The part that hurts is the idea that Todd was begging to be seen while she poured everything into someone else. That's the real heartbreak." The entire space went silent for a few seconds, then filled with notifications as people reacted with crying emojis. Behind the scenes, in this fictional universe, alleged sources close to the situation started talking. One claimed that there were arguments over how often Fatum was around. Not just at filming events, but at private dinners, trips, late nights where Todd thought it would be just him and his wife, and found a third chair pulled up at the table. Someone else messaged a blog. There was always tension when Kayla was around. Little differences. Little slights. The kind of things you can't replay in a clip, but you never forget when you're in the room. Fans didn't know what was true. They didn't know what was stretched. All they knew was that the picture forming in front of them was a lot darker than a simple, "we grew apart." By the end of the day, think pieces started rolling in. When a husband becomes a shadow. Erased fathers in blended celebrity families. The price of marrying into a brand, not a person. One article focused solely on the line. "I felt freedom when my marriage ended." The writer compared it to a prisoner walking out of a cell with bruises no one could see. And while the world argued, analyzed, defended, attacked, and speculated, Todd didn't go live again. No follow-up. No clarification. Just one devastating broadcast hanging in the air like smoke that wouldn't clear. Kandi stayed silent. Fatum stayed silent. The network stayed silent. Only the fans kept talking. Because in their eyes, this wasn't just a divorce anymore. It was a tragedy. A story about a man who walked into a love story and realized too late he was just a background character in someone else's real script. And once you see a marriage like that, you can't unsee it. Silence hung over Atlanta like a storm that refused to move. Todd's live had detonated the internet, but the real explosion was only beginning. Because after 24 hours of chaos, accusations, theories, edits, threads, and leaked insider messages, the people closest to the story were finally being forced out of the shadows. And the first one pushed into the spotlight was Kandi. She didn't post her usual glam photo. She didn't drop a TikTok dance. She didn't even do a half-hearted "y'all good" tweet. Instead, her team quietly attempted to execute a classic crisis strategy. Silence, delay, distract. But the problem was simple. Todd's confession wasn't fading. It was gaining speed. Celeb vlogs were doing emergency live streams. YouTube creators were pumping out 10 videos a day. Podcasts were dedicating full episodes to the Todd Tucker breakdown. Reaction channels were crying, screaming, freezing, dissecting. One viral comment captured the emotion of millions. "I never thought I'd see the day when Todd became the sympathetic one." And that shift scared the people behind Kandi's brand more than anything. Because in this fictional universe, Kandi wasn't just a celebrity, she was an empire. A machine built on likability, relatability, hustle culture, and squeaky clean control. But Todd had cracked the glass, and the fractures were spreading. Behind closed doors, alleged insiders whispered about panic mode. Phones rang nonstop. Emails piled up. Producers demanded statements. Publicists begged for a response that didn't make things worse. But the real reason Kandi didn't go live? People claimed she was shaking. Not from fear of the truth, but from fear of losing the narrative. Because Todd didn't just talk, he told a story. A painful, cinematic, heartbreaking story that made even her harshest critics go quiet. Every denial she typed sounded defensive. Every drafted statement looked cold. Every possible response felt like a trap. Screenshots from behind-the-scenes texts unverified, fictional claims, began circulating. We can't respond emotionally. We need to protect the show. Avoid acknowledging Fatum directly. We need time. Time was the one thing she didn't have. Because another storm was coming. A storm named Mama Joyce. In this fictional universe, Mama Joyce's reaction was a storyline of its own. People claimed she called producers. They claimed she stormed into a meeting. They claimed she demanded that somebody better fix this. But the most viral moment came from a shaky video allegedly filmed in a parking lot. A passerby recognized Mama Joyce and asked if she saw Todd's live. Her response was 3 words. I told y'all. That clip spread like a virus. The comments were merciless. She's been waiting for this day. She warned everyone. Mama Joyce is celebrating and crying at the same time. This is a Greek tragedy. It didn't matter whether the video was real or manipulated. People believed it. People wanted to believe it. And that belief drove the next chapter. Fatum's name had been climbing the trending list since Todd exposed her connection to Kandi. But now, she was trending at number 1 globally in the fictional narrative. Fan edits dissected every interaction she and Kandi ever had. Clips from years ago resurfaced, some innocent, others too intimate for comfort. Then, in the middle of the madness, a mysterious screenshot surfaced online. A DM allegedly from Fatum saying, "This is not what you think." 3 words. No clarification. The internet didn't care. If anything, it made things worse. Because when someone says, "This is not what you think," the world automatically assumes it is exactly what you think, just darker. While Kandi's PR scrambled and the fandom spiraled, Todd vanished from the public eye. No follow-up live. No story posts. No clarifications. Nothing. Some fans wondered if he was broken. Others believed he was regrouping. One fan page wrote, "When a man unloads that much pain in one night, he needs silence to survive the next." Screenshots emerged of fans spotting him alone in a cafe, staring at his phone, untouched food next to him. Someone posted a blurry photo and captioned it, "He looks empty." The comment section agreed. The network was melting down. Alleged insiders claimed producers held an emergency call at 5 a.m. The agenda was simple. Contain the story. Protect the show. Avoid accusations. Keep Kandi filming. Keep Todd away. One insider allegedly said, "This could ruin an entire season." Another replied, "Or save it." Tensions were high. Back and forth arguments leaked about whether they should fire someone, silence someone, rewrite storylines, or ignore everything. A rumor surfaced that the network wanted Todd back on camera for a special sit-down episode. Fans begged for it. Producers practically salivated over the potential numbers. Kandi allegedly refused. On social media, fans turned Todd and Kandi's marriage into a public autopsy. One creator posted a devastating edit titled, "The Rise and Fall Todd and Kandi, a love story that wasn't." It quickly hit 1 million views. It showed Todd's early devotion, Kandi dismissing his concerns, Kayla being isolated, Fatum entering the storyline, cold dinners, silent nights, forced smiles, the live. The final clip was Todd whispering, "I died before the divorce." People wept. Literal tears in comments. "This broke me. I never felt this sad over a celebrity thing." He suffered quietly and we laughed. The sympathy shift was brutal. Kandi's brand, fictionally, felt the quake. 48 hours after the live, something unexpected happened. A long, emotional, soul-crushing written statement appeared on Todd's fan page. The header read, "This is all I will say. He didn't blame. He didn't accuse. He didn't attack. He simply mourned. He spoke about loving someone who never loved him back, raising children who didn't carry his name, protecting a woman who didn't protect him, losing himself while trying to save a marriage, feeling invisible in a home he helped build, realizing he stayed too long, understanding he wasn't chosen, accepting he deserved better than silence and shadows, grieving the version of himself he lost." And the last line? "I hope she finds happiness, even if it was never meant to be with me." The internet shattered. People posted reaction videos crying. Fan pages wrote tributes like it was a funeral. Even those who loved Kandi felt the weight. It wasn't a divorce anymore. It was a tragedy. The kind where no one wins, everyone breaks, and the truth, whatever it was, destroys everything it touches. And now, after everything you just heard, After every tear, every confession, every crack in Todd's voice. Boss, ask yourself one question. Is this really just a divorce, or the biggest lie ever told on camera? Because tonight wasn't about paperwork. It wasn't about lawyers. It wasn't about prenups or storylines. Tonight was about a man who stood in front of the world and exposed the part of marriage nobody wants to talk about, the silent suffering. Todd didn't just break down. He broke open an entire system built on control, ego, image, and shadows. He showed the internet the difference between being married and being mentally buried inside someone else's life. So now the question is, what happens next? Will Kandi answer? Will Fatum react? Will the network silence Todd? Will more insiders come forward? Or is there another secret waiting to detonate? Because nothing about this story feels complete. Nothing feels resolved. Nothing feels over. If anything, this feels like the beginning of a truth that's been buried for years. So don't scroll away. Don't disappear now. You have seen what millions are still arguing about. Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Whose truth do you believe? Todd's broken voice? Kandi's dangerous silence? Fatum's mysterious DM? Tell us everything. Like this video, subscribe right now, and turn on all notifications because the next chapter might be even darker. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.